Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Raw Review. This is the Raw for the fallout of Night of Champions. I said on Night of Champions that there was going to be more likely an Intercontinental title match, and it was. They had Curtis Axel pull a double shift. There was also a United States title match, which was at the last minute. Miz versus Fandango, which was at the last minute. That's really it. Those were added. But then again, there's also breaking news. I'm sure some of you guys have already heard this. Apparently, WWE is wanting to bring back the Women's Championship also. To me, it's not really a good idea, because then the women's title is still probably one of the most prestigious titles in the women's division. I thought Trish Stratus retired the title. I thought that actually not Trish Stratus, it was like Lay Cool or something like that. I thought that they like retired things, and they just decided to just scrap it. If you're gonna do that, you should probably have two champions for it. So, like a Total Divas champion as the Divas champion, and the women's champion is like AJ or something. For the beginning of Raw, we had the new WWE champion come out, Daniel Bryan, to yes, 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 yes. Every time his music hits, everyone in the arena, even me at home, sitting there, probably everyone at home on their couches sitting there, yes, 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 yes. They're chanting yes. Well, they weren't chanting yes for long, because then Triple H comes out, and at the beginning of Night of Champions, it seemed like they're bringing him back as a face. Well, that's not the case. He's still a heel, and what it seems like to me is they have controversy for this match to lead into a battle round. And apparently they do. So what Triple H did was he vacated the WWE Championship because of a fast count by the referee Scar Armstrong. Well, no one's the champion. No one's the WWE Champion apparently. Daniel Bryan's won it twice, fair and square, and has gotten screwed over. He tells Scar Armstrong, you did a fast count, and now since you did that, we gotta take it. And Bryan says no. Triple H grabs the title, pulls it back, and as he pulls it back, Bryan kind of goes with it, and Randy Orton just does his RKO right there. We have Orton, who comes into the locker room where Triple H and Stephanie are, or not into the locker room, into the hallway where Triple H and Stephanie are, and Triple H and Stephanie are talking about vacating the title, and Orton's all pissed off because he wasn't rewarded the title. And Stephanie comes up there and basically says, she didn't say it in these words, but I'm just gumming it up for what she said to make it short. We want the Randy Orton of WrestleMania 25. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, is back at WrestleMania 25, Randy Orton was the #1 contender for the WWE Championship because he won the Royal Rumble. He decided to challenge Triple H, who was the WWE Champion, at WrestleMania. That led to this big Triple H Randy Orton rivalry, and it's been, to me, one of the greatest rivalries ever since. She said, where's the Randy Orton that handcuffed Triple H and then DDT'd me? Because back then, that's actually when Stephanie was the Raw GM, and Triple H was still wrestling. Well, the next week after that, Shane McMahon became the Raw GM because Stephanie was at home recuperating, and I love Stephanie. She's probably one of my favorite, besides Trish Stratus and Lita, and probably the Ruthless Aggression era. She's probably one of my favorite divas of all time. But she wasn't really a diva, and I'm pretty sure that they didn't call her a diva back then. I have to go back and look. She's probably one of my favorite women wrestlers of all time. Women managers too. Stephanie McMahon has done, to me, over her career, a fantastic job. I have grown to like her because I've come to like Triple H. I've come to like Triple H because of her, actually. But yeah, that's basically what she said was, we want Randy Orton of WrestleMania 25. She didn't say it in those words, but that's just essentially how she summed it up. We then have, and the reason I think they, well, never mind. I was about to say, I think the reason that they did it is because WrestleMania that year was in Detroit, but it actually wasn't. WrestleMania 23 was in Detroit. WrestleMania 25 was actually in Houston, so I was about to think wrong there. That's why I was. We then have Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler, which was a rematch from Night of Champions. It was the United States title match, and Dolph Ziggler won this, but Night of Champions Dean Ambrose won it. I guess his punishment's over. It was a good match, back and forth. Ziggler came on top of the zigzag. We then have Show is just staring at Max. He's giving him this look of, and he says, Triple H and Seth will do it right with you. And then we have Triple H and Stephanie walk in, and Stephanie basically tells Big Show, you were suspended on Friday due to, I'm not sure, she didn't really say why, but she says you were suspended on Friday. Triple H makes Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns, and Brad Max turns to Stephanie and says, hey, Dusty Rhodes is here. Now, she did tweet Dusty Rhodes and said, I'm inviting you to Raw for a business proposition. So, Dusty Rhodes accepted, and he was on Raw tonight. We then have Fandango versus R-Truth. I loved Fandango back at WrestleMania, but I don't know what they decided to do with him. It's like now he's not really been that interesting to me. We then have our American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, come to the ring and talk about how Cody, at the age of 22, which is my age right now, was a 2-time Intercontinental Champion and a 4-time, he said 4-time World Champion, but the problem with that is Cody Rhodes has never been a World Champion. I think what he meant to say was a 4-time World Tag Team Champion. Because he has been a Tag Team Champion with Ted DiBiase. Stephanie basically gives Dusty Rhodes a gift card and says, here you go, this is a wedding present for Cody. And it was a gift card to Bed Bath & Beyond, because that's where Cody Rhodes and his wife were registered. He takes and tosses it aside and he says, I want to talk about my kids. And so Stephanie says, okay, well, here's your business proposition. I'll let you choose which kid you let back in this company, either Cody or Goldust. And he couldn't, and he didn't want to decide on that. So he tells her go to hell, and the Shield come out. They surround the ring, and then she says, okay, I have another choice for you. Big Show comes out, and she says, you can either be dismantled by the Shield or get knocked out by the Big Show. And he didn't want to decide on that either, because who would want to decide, like, possibly being destroyed? So Stephanie said, okay, fine, I'll make this decision for you. Show, knock him out. And Big Show didn't want to do it. Like, he keeps resisting. So he kept telling Dusty, I'm sorry, I love you. And he gave him this big hug before he did it. And he kept saying, I'm sorry. And he knocks him out. And as he knocks him out, he cradles him and helps him down. The before all that went down, the Shield actually grabbed chairs for all members of the Shield, because it looked like that they were going to probably do like a concerto or something. But Dusty Rhodes had to be stretched out. He went to the hospital. We then have your Divas match of the night, which is Brie, Naomi, and Cameron versus Layla, Alicia, and Oksana, with AJ and Natalya on commentary. Now, Natalya's headset didn't work, so we didn't really get to hear her for most of the match, but at the end of the match, we got to hear her. And who won this match was the Total Divas. We then have Damien Sandow versus RVD. And the reason I'm laughing is because what happened at the end of this match. We have Damien Sandow losing to RVD. So RVD wins by 5-star frog splash. A perfect 5-star frog splash. Perfectly positioned. Amazing. After the match, they start playing Damien Sandow's entrance music as RVD's cheering it. And Ricardo Rodriguez gives him a high five, and then they fix it, and you can tell RVD like that's much better. And then of course Damien Sandow says, "I'm still your unwashed, or you're still your uncrowned World Heavyweight Champion, Damien Sandow." And we then have Triple H and Scar Armstrong in the back, and they're talking, and Triple H says, "The fact that you did a fast count, the fact that I had to vacate this title, I'm going to give you a like some kind of package to basically say you're fired, and I'm going to take care of you." So he fired Scar Armstrong, and he says, "I'm going to take care of you." One other thing that this is going to lead to is he's going to pay off Scar Armstrong to get his job back, to screw over Daniel Bryan for Randy Orton to be world champ, Randy Orton to be WWE champion again, more than likely at Battlegrounds. So we then have Orton versus The Miz, and we were in Cleveland, Ohio tonight. So when The Miz came out, the place just erupted. It used to be LeBron James let the place erupt. They're now hometown heroes, The Miz. This match actually ended in a double countout, and here's why. As The Miz was going into the ring, he's celebrating he's giving all his hometown fans a high five. He even hugged his parents, and as he's about to hug his dad, Randy Orton comes out of nowhere and just blasts him and hurts his shoulder. We go to a commercial, we come back, Miz wants to go on with the match, and The Miz gets destroyed. Miz gets absolutely destroyed. Miz then gets his hair put into a chair, and Orton knee drops the chair and basically messes up somewhere in Miz's neck. So, and at one point, Randy Orton probably did the most vicious DDT I've ever seen. He took the Miz from the outside and or from the audience side of the barricade and DDT'd him onto the ground in front of his parents. So that's how vicious they're making Randy Orton right now. And this was I want to say this was the message that Randy Orton had for Triple H and Stephanie, due to the we want to see the Randy Orton involved DDTing, head punting, handcuffing, girl DDTing Randy Orton at WrestleMania 25. And that's why Taz actually left the company, because they're having guys attack girls. But your next segment, I'm still throwing up from this. Oh my god. We have Ryback with Paul Heyman, who is in a wheelchair. And Paul Heyman says that he's the best in the world because he beat CM Punk. He says, "I pinned CM Punk." But here's the thing, it was actually helped Ryback why he pinned CM Punk. And he just said, and you know what, I'm going to keep saying, "I pinned CM Punk, I pinned CM Punk, I pinned CM Punk." And in the record books, it's going to stick that I pinned CM Punk. Finally, Ryback gets the mic, and the first question is Ryback now a Paul Heyman guy? Because we know how all Paul Heyman guys wind up. They wind up champion somewhere. Whether it's an Intercontinental champion like Curtis Axel, a WWE champion like Brock Lesnar, like CM Punk, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, because he was a Paul Heyman guy too. All Paul Heyman guys wind up a champion somewhere. So to me, this is a good move for Ryback. And he finally grabs the mic and says he hates bullies, and CM Punk is a bully. He says, I hate CM Punk. So this, to me, is going to lead to a CM Punk Ryback feud again around the same time of year of Hell in a Cell. And the part that is so gross is Ryback actually gets on his knee and talks to him, and he says, with me at your side, CM Punk will never, ever touch you again. And Heyman's in his wheelchair, leans over. Sorry, I think I just threw up a little bit. And he kisses Ryback on the cheek. Okay. Whew. Whew. I saw that and I was like, ugh. It was, oh my god. It was bad. It was just disgusting. We then have a triple threat tag team elimination match to determine the #1 contenders for the tag team titles, because the Primetime Players almost got it done. They were, oh my god, they were so close, but they didn't. The Shield won at Night of Champions. Well, we had the Real Americans versus the Usos versus Tons of Fun. And like I said a couple weeks ago, you can tell when the crowd gets bored in the middle of the match because they'll start doing the announcer chants or just start doing random chants. And they started doing that. But after Tons of Funk was eliminated, then the crowd got into this match, and it was actually really good. It was down between the Usos and the Real Americans. Antonio Cesaro did 28 revolutions of a big swing on the app to one of the Usos. But at the end, the Usos won this match. So they're the #1 contenders, and they're probably going to get that battleground. Bryan is walking to the ring, and there's all these superstars who are actually supporting Bryan, including Nikki and Bryan's girlfriend, Brie Bella. She actually gives him a hug. And he makes his way to the ring. We then have Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan. Before the match, Randy Orton comes out, and he starts huddling with the Shield, with the Ambrose and Rollins. No idea what was said. Orton at the end after Bryan gets Roman Reigns in what is known as the little bell lock, which Bryan calls the yes lock. After he gets him in the yes lock, Orton comes in and basically attacks Daniel Bryan, which led to a disqualification, so Bryan won this. Well, as he did that, Bryan grabs Orton and puts him in the yes lock. Then the Shield start attacking. Randy Orton leaves the ring, grabs a chair, puts his head in the chair, or puts Bryan's head in the chair, and as that happens, he's about to do the same thing he did to The Miz, and here comes the guys who are supporting Bryan as he's walking to the ring. RVD, Zack Ryder, Justin Gabriel, the Usos, all these guys, Kofi Kingston, all the guys. None of the Divas, because they don't want the Divas to get hurt. And they start beating up the Shield and Randy Orton. Randy Orton actually ran off. And then they hold up Daniel Bryan in support, and everyone, including the fans, the people on the couches at home, the guys in the ring who all came to save Daniel Bryan, were all, yes, 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 yes. They were yesing, and that's what we wound up with as Raw went off the air. That was your Raw for the night. It was okay, and they're saying that this is probably the most creepiest Raw, the most scariest Raw of all time. They say that about almost all Raws. Especially like, ugh, to me it was one of the grossest. But tonight, or sorry, tomorrow morning I work from 6 to 9, and tomorrow is the day that most of us gamers have been waiting for. Is the finally the release of GTA 5. I'm going to go for it. I'm getting it. I've already got a pre-order. I got it paid off. If I leave now, as soon as I'm done here, I'll be able to get there, grab it, and come home and play it before I have to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay up, and I'm going to play some GTA 5. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you guys as YouTube fans. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support you guys give me with all these views. Thank you for watching. I am the YouTube champion, and I'm checking out.